Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. धन्यवाद भगिनी. इदानीम् अहं शेर् करोमि. आरम्भं कुर्मः. अस्यां प्रणाल्यां वयं श्री गौडीयदर्शनस्य किञ्चित् विहङ्गवीक्षणं कुर्मः. सेशन् वन् प्रथम सेशन् अस्ति इदानीम् अत्र. अद्य अनुबन्धचतुष्टयं चर्चयामः. मम नाम श्यामला दासी. राधारमणौ जयतः. अद्य वयं अंशद्वयं चर्चयिष्यामः. आदौ परिचयाः कुर्मः. नाम भवन्तः सर्वे किञ्चित् भवतः विषये भवत्योः विषये वदतु. अपि तु अग्रे अनुबन्धचतुष्टयं चर्चयिष्यामः. परिचयाः. सो आदौ ये केपि सन्ति अत्र किञ्चित् भवत्याः नाम किम्, अपि तु कुत्र वसति, अपि तु संस्कृते युष्माकं प्रगतिः कियती अस्ति इति वदतु किञ्चिदिव. आङ्ग्लभाषायामपि वक्तुं शक्नोति. First you all can do introduction little bit. What is your name, where are you from, and what is your progress in Sanskrit so far. You can speak, or if possible to open the video, you can on the video and just speak for 2 minutes, introduce yourself. I will maybe I will call out the names. Let me see, where is the participants list? One by one. I cannot see that yet. Okay. Okay, I'm going to call the participants one by one. So first is Anjali Bagini.
नमस्ते भगिनी. भवती तु जानाति अहं तस्याः सह संस्कृत मध्ये एम्.ए कृतवती. तस्याः सहपाठिनः अहं तु. अहं लास् एञ्जलस् नगरे वसामि. तत्रतः एव अद्य ज़ूम् जायिन् कृतवती. संस्कृत प्रगतिः अस्ति किञ्चित् किञ्चित्, परन्तु इतोपि बहु अभ्यासः आवश्यकं मया कृते. परन्तु अहं तु बहु उत्साहिका अस्मि एतत् विषये. किञ्चित् इतोपि ज्ञानं भवति मम कृते. अधिकज्ञानं नास्ति एतत् वेदान्तविषये, परन्तु अत्र तु सम्यक् अभ्यासः भवति. धन्यवादः भगिनी.
Thank you भगिनी. भार्गवी भगिनी.
मम नाम भार्गवी. अहं USA देशे वसामि. I'm waiting for the next semester in MA. I'm doing a 4-year course. So 3rd year now.
3rd year.
Yeah. धन्यवाद.
बहु धन्यवाद. अग्रे दीपाली भगिनी वक्तुं शक्नोति वा? म्यूट् मध्ये अस्ति, बहिः अस्ति इति उक्तवती. ओके. माधव, दीपक सात्विक अनम्यूट कृत्वा वदतु.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी.
हरे कृष्ण.
मम नाम अस्ति दीपक. So I don't know Sanskrit, but my first teachers who taught about Krishna were Pranati Mataji and Hemant Prabhu. So I was with association with them in Corona time, 2020. She taught me who is Krishna, and she gave me that nectar, what is the real truth of life. So I am happy that she is teaching this session, about this session. And by seeing Nasim and Maruti also, I'm so happy. I will try to understand the session.
Thank you, Satvik Deepak. Satvik, you want to say something?
Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
I am Satvik. I am studying in 5th standard.
Okay. So I'll give brief context about them. So we were in Bangalore when we moved back from US. That time we were like trying to experiment homeschooling with our kids. Then these boys were there, they were having summer break. So we joined with them together and we did some kind of homeschooling experiment, and that led us further in this direction now where we are right now. So right now they are in Bangalore, we are in different place, but somehow through this medium of Zoom, we are able to connect. Okay. Next is, who else is there? Shirisha Bhagini.
नमस्सर्वेभ्यः भगिन्यः मां जानन्ति परन्तु बालकानां सौलभ्याय किञ्चित् वदामि मम नाम शिरीषा अहं चिकागो नगरे अस्मि मम संस्कृतभाषायां प्रयाणः 2019 तः आरब्धः इदानीं किञ्चिदेव जानामि अत्र बृहत् पर्वतः इव अस्ति यत् वेदः यत् ज्ञातव्यं तत् अहमपि कृष्णस्य भक्ता इति अहं मन्ये सच्चिरूपेण भक्ता वा न वा इति कालमेव निर्णयति परन्तु सर्वेषां एताविधं मेलनेन अति सन्तुष्टाः धन्यवादाः
बहु धन्यवादः भगिनी बहु व्यस्ता अस्ति भवती परन्तु समयं स्वीकृत्य आगतवती धन्यवादः वैजयन्ती भगिनी
Yes, hi Śyāmalā भगिनी नमस्कारः मम नाम वैजयन्ती अहं कैलिफोर्निया राज्ये वसामि इदानीं गृहे नास्मि अतः वीडियो उद्घाटितुं न शक्नोमि क्षम्यताम् I'm very interested to see what you have to offer and मम अभिरुचिः तु साहित्ये व्याकरणे अपि तु वेदान्ते अस्ति बहु धन्यवादाः to offer this class. So,
okay,
thank you.
Thank you. Looking forward to journey in this together. I think we finished all the introductions, right? Somebody is waiting. Some two boys. Okay, Narsima, vadatu. Unmute कृत्वा वदतु.
मम नाम नृसिंहकृष्णः अहं मातुः ज्येष्ठपुत्रः अस्मि अहं कर्णाटक संस्कृतविश्वविद्यालये काव्यपरीक्षां कृतवान् अहम् अत्र गौडीयदर्शनं ज्ञातुम् अत्र आगतः अस्मि
महारथी वदतु. नरसिंह म्यूट करोतु.
मम नाम महारथी अहं मातुः कनिष्ठः पुत्रः अहं कर्णाटक संस्कृत विश्वविद्यालये काव्यपरीक्षां लिखितवान् अहम् अत्र गौडीयदर्शनं ज्ञातुम् अत्र आगतः
बहु धन्यवादः सर्वेभ्यः. इदानीम् अहं शेर् करोमि.
भगिनी एकः प्रश्नः भवत्याः पुत्रौ वा
यमलौ.
Oh, so cute. So cute.
किञ्चित् 5 निमिषाः एव
5 निमिषाः
व्यत्यासमस्ति.
एव
अतः ज्येष्ठ कनिष्ठ इति.
ओहो, so cute.
तदेव मम अपि प्रश्नः आसीत् भगिनी कियत् पर्यन्तं ज्येष्ठः भवान् इति
5 निमिषः एव
एकदा ज्येष्ठः भवति चेत् सर्वदा
ज्येष्ठः एव वेरी क्यूट भगिनी वेरी क्यूट
राम लक्ष्मण भरत शत्रुघ्नाः अपि एकस्मिन् दिने एव
जाताः
पुनः अत्रापि ज्येष्ठः कनिष्ठः तथा एव अस्ति खलु
शेर् करोमि. दृश्यते वा पुनः परिचय इति समाप्तम्। इदानीं अहं नेक्स्ट् स्लैड् गच्छति चेत् मम अपि किञ्चित् परिचयं दास्यामि। यतोहि भवन्तः सर्वे मां जानन् किञ्चिदिव ज्ञातवन्तः MA मध्ये सेमिस्टर्स् क्लास् प्रदर्शने किञ्चिदिव परिचयं लब्धं, परन्तु इदानीम् अस्मिन् सन्दर्भे मम कथं भक्त्यां यात्रा आसीत् इति किञ्चिदेव वदामि। यतोहि भक्तसङ्घेषु स्वस्य विषये स्वयमेव वदति चेत् बहु न मन्यन्ते, परन्तु इदानीम् अत्र तु कोऽपि अनन्यगत्या अहमेव कृपया क्षन्तव्या, अहमेव किञ्चित् वदामि। परन्तु भवन्तः सर्वे चिन्तयतु, एतद् मम विषयः नास्ति। एतद् किम् उद्घोषयति इत्युक्ते एतस्य परम्परायाः अपि तु भक्तेः प्रामुख्यता कियती अस्ति इति उद्घोषयति, तावदेव। तद्रीत्या एवं चिन्तयित्वा शृणोतु कृपया। सो आदौ 2004 वर्षे in the year of 2004 अहं MA कर्तुं सियाटल् प्रथमं तु पर्ड्यू यूनिवर्सिटी गतवती कंप्यूटर साइंस मध्ये। पश्चात् सियाटल् मध्ये माइक्रोसॉफ्ट मध्ये जॉब लब्धं। तत्र शिफ्ट अभवत् 2003 वर्षे। एकवर्षानन्तरं मम जीवने किमपि आन्दोलनम् अभवत्, यतोहि I was not able to recover from the issue I was dealing with on my own. So anyway, somehow through that process, I got inspiration that Bhagavad Gita yam sarve uttarani labhyante iti kinchit inspiration abhavat tada aham eva like I was looking. Then in the Microsoft, there was a group where they were sending emails about Bhagavad Gita. Since a year, I didn't pay notice to that because I was not looking for it. But anyway, the time came. Then that's how my journey started in 2004. Then immediately, like I was spontaneously attracted to the whole philosophy, like the philosophy, the goal they are mentioning, and the process they follow, and the examples they're setting, the devotees, and the books, everything I was immediately attracted to, and the deities, the temple deities, everything. So I just took it up very eagerly. Of course, initially the motivation to mama dukkam nivarayami iti atah agatavati. Parantu yada etad anyad lokameva maam ahvayati iti chintayami chet chintayati asmi chet tada mama dukkam tu tatu न्यूनमेव, नाम तत् निवारणं तु किञ्चित् अल्पमेव, नाम तुच्छमेव, परन्तु बहु अद्भुतं प्राप्तवती तत्। सो अहं निश्चितवती एतदेव मम जीवनस्य लक्षणं, लक्ष्यम्। अतः तदा मम विवाहमपि न अभवत्। सो अहं निश्चितवती विवाहं करोमि चेत् एतस्मिन् दर्शने कोऽपि दृढः भवति, तेन सह एव करोमि इति निश्चितवती। अग्रे 2007 मध्ये अत्र एव सियाटल् मध्ये एव मम पति अपि on his own he came, and he was also taking up the process seriously, and by the mercy of our spiritual master and the devotees, they kind of put us together there. And then with the blessings of our acharyas, everybody, 2006 we got married, and 2007 madhye asmakam ubhayasya sorry both of us vayam diksham swikrutavantau 2007. Agre simultaneously my shastrasya patanam api arabdam. Nama atra like we have staraha santi, bhakti shastri iti, tad bhavati Bhagavad Gita, apitu nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction, and Isopanishad. Etat sarvasya ekam pranali asit, like etat sarvam patitva exams स्वीकृत्वा करणीयं भवति, तद् प्राप्तवती सर्टिफिकेट्. अपि तु अग्रे भक्तिवैभव इति एकः स्तरः अस्ति, तद् श्रीमद्भागवतं फस्ट् 6 कैण्टोस् तस्य अध्ययनं कृत्वा श्लोकान् कण्ठस्थीकृत्वा परीक्षां दत्वा एतत् किञ्चित् दर्शनीयं भवति, नाम डेप्त् कियत् अस्ति इति. पश्चात् अग्रे नेक्स्ट स्टेप अस्ति भक्तिवेदान्त इति, तद् 7 to 12th cantos, that's the end of towards the end of the Bhagavatam. So that also I finished all the closed book exams. I think a little bit is left now, one more year. I need time to wrap it up, but simultaneously now we are getting into this one, this session, which is also taking a lot of time. So somehow you know what to say, agre somehow 1-2 years somehow we should, I'll hope to wrap that up also. So these are like kind of why I'm sharing all this is bhavanta sarve mam apta iti matva vishwasam krutva agatavantau. अतः अहम एवं वदामि यतः आपको भवन्तः सर्वे विश्वासः अपि किञ्चित् दृढः भवेत्, नाम कियत् पठितम् अहमिति. अपि तु एतत् सर्वम् अल्पमेव, नाम अहं समुद्रमिव, शीर्षा भगिनी उक्तवती खलु, एतत् सर्वं इव अहं तु किञ्चित् इव अधीतं तावदेव. अपि तु पाठनमपि किञ्चित् कृतवती. गीतायाः almost till 16 chapters I taught to the adults, प्रौढानां कृते. अपि तु भागवतं पश्चात् वयं ह्यूस्टन् मूव् अभवत्, अतः तत् स्थगितं. पश्चात् भागवतम् अपि महिलानां कृते I think till second maybe आरब्धम्, almost 1 year पर्यन्तं तदपि प्रचलति आसीत्. Then that also we moved, then we stopped that. Finally kids yada वर्षत्रय 3 years abhavat, tada vayam Houston move abhavam. Tada punah after 2 years again we started teaching. I started teaching Bhagavatam and Sanskritam and Gita for the kids now, because that time my priority became my kids. They were like 4 years, so whatever I have to do services in my sharing of Krishna consciousness, I wanted to do it with them, so you know they don't get neglected, and I take care of my duty as a mother as well as my passion of sharing this one. So somehow I was you know dovetailing, and of course you know my husband is always in the background helping all of us. And then okay, this is after chronologically it's reversed, but 2013 balako jatav. Then other thing also, when the kids are born, already you can see we were almost 7 years practicing seriously after marriage. They are born, so almost 10 years we were practicing. So the philosophy etat sarvam asmakam manasi asti, nama lakshya kah bhavet iti. So atah balako, how do we raise them in a way that they don't forget Krishna right from the childhood? So that was our thought process, you know, because we took up the process when we were like 20s, half the life is gone. So, and then so many things had to be undone. So many bad things we learned in the process. So we were always conscious like how we can give them the best possible environment, so they get the best opportunity. Because in this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, it's written, Rishabdev Maharaj, he speaks to his sons, and he says, Gurur na sasyat, Swajano na sasyat, Pita na sasyat, Janani na sasyat, Daivam na tatsyat, Patishna sasyat. So he says that one should not become a guru, one should not become a relative, one should not become a pita, or even mother, or even a demigod or pati, unless one can relieve, or rather deliver one's dependence. One can na mochayet. ये तम आशयं स्वीकृतवन्तः तं यदि न मोचयेत् चेत् एतद् रेस्पान्सिबिलिटी अपि न स्वीकर्तव्यम् इति. So tadapi shrutam. So then, we were very serious about our duty as parents. Like, our desire should be to facilitate best environment for them, so that they can do their best, in going towards this path of getting out of this cycle of birth and death. So ataha vayam api chintitavanto, like, okay, better. And also we felt for that better the education for them is somehow we can put them in a Sanskrit line, because agre gatva asmakam पुस्तकानि नाम शास्त्राणि बहूनि सन्ति. तदेव पठित्वा जीवनयापनं कर्तुं शक्नुमः. अपि तु संस्कृते अध्ययनं कृतं चेत् किमपि पठित्वा इदानीं like this, like by teaching Sanskrit, they can live a very pure and mode of goodness life. So that's why we felt, and maybe in US not many resources are there to have a systematic study of Sanskrit. अपितु यदा ते जातौ तदा एव अस्माकं गुरु kind of gave an indication that they will go forward in Sanskrit line, and they'll become a great good instruments in the mission. So then we felt we should make that as the goal of our life, and mold our life around that instruction. So then in 2020 we came back to India, and then gradually, so actually kids Sanskrit journey also, when they were 5.5 years, I started teaching them reading, writing in Sanskrit, even though I didn't know anything. I knew only Hindi. So because of following that instruction of my spiritual master, we tried doing this. But then we understood very soon that they were picking up very fast. I cannot be just reading myself, learning, and then teaching them, because kids have great aptitude to pick up things very fast. So then slowly, as we moved to India, we understood that we need a systematic curriculum, and people who have already studied thoroughly has to teach, and I should just support them. That maybe with homeworks or some questions and things like that. So then we kept moving places, and anyway, that's like long story. But we were initially landed in Bangalore, and that's where we did homeschooling with Deepak and Satvik. And then finally, now we are at Shringeri, and teachers from Central Sanskrit University, they come and teach our kids, and I just facilitate them. And also to facilitate them further in their journey and guide them in their career, I felt I need to do an MA. So that's how we joined this program. Actually, there is another deeper reason also. Hope I'm not talking too much. I think, yeah, okay. I think just I will just wrap this, because that connects with all of you. So essentially in 2022, we go every year to Vrindavan Yatra. अस्माकं सह गुरुना सह वयं गमिष्यामः. तदा एकस्मिन् दिने कदम्बकाण्डी इति एकः स्थलम् अस्ति. अत्र जीवगोस्वामी इति अस्माकम् आचार्यस्य भजनस्थली अस्ति अत्र. एते कथयन्ति वृक्षाः सर्वे वृन्दावने एतत् कल्पवृक्षः इति. किमपि वयं पृच्छामः, now we ask, they fulfill them, right? So of course, if it's spiritual, right, we don't want to go there and ask, give me a big building or a car or something. So then my Guru Maharaj in that class, he was instructing that all of you go hug these trees, and you ask them to become an instrument in Lord's hands. How Krishna says to Arjuna, right? Nimitta matram bhava sabyasachi iti. I killed all of these people. You just become an instrument and do my work. So like that, our spiritual master told, go and pray to the trees, and make you an instrument in their hands. So I remember in 2022, everybody I sincerely followed, and I prayed like that. Please let me do something in this life. to facilitate this preaching movement. Then, because until that time, I didn't even know that I have to go and study Sanskrit deeply. I was, facilitating kids. I know I have to take care of kids and their Sanskrit education. I was just facilitating. And somehow the teacher in the Mathur was doing a Kavya exam. So he told, why don't you come and join? So I said, okay, I joined for the Kavya syllabus. That's all. I didn't have a plan that I will do all this. But then after I came back from the Vrindavan Yatra, then I was normally leading my life. But while I was chanting and doing my prayers, this thought came as to like, okay, I'm making my kids as my goal and I'm facilitating them everything. But soon they will grow up and they will have their own wings and they'll fly out. They will go and, teach everywhere and do everything. Then what am I going to do in my life and what is my contribution to the society and how I am going to, invest all my passions properly, dovetail all my interests. So then I was praying a lot as to give me some direction, what I should do about this. Then finally, it was revealed that, already Krishna set up everything. I somehow helped with the kids, so I can help other kids. So like that we started, and I thought of doing MA with the intention of maybe after MA I will start teaching Sanskrit to small kids. But then this is where I'm connecting to all of you is that during the MA, during our Vedanta discussions and so many things, I've seen so many of you are very, very curious to know, what is the right philosophy to follow and how do we get out of the cycle of birth and death? Why are we bound? Why some bad things happen to good people? All these questions are the genuine inquiries of into the absolute truth, like Athato Brahma Jignasa iti. Etat sarvam vayam, we need to ask all these questions. Then I felt like, wow, this is such a audience, such precious audience. Then I changed my thing. Okay, after MA, I'm going to start a session. First, sharing this knowledge, whose answers I've already received with my friends. So that's how all of you have led this actually whole session to happen. So all credit goes to all of you, all of your eagerness. Shriram Mahodaya, everybody, all of you, everybody. Okay. Now these are all looks like very positive, right? Okay, I want to hear from Śyāmalā, but I have an angle here. Parantu, okay. Parantu kim kleshaha, kim ke kleshaha iti karomi va tyajami va iti mama chintanam. किमर्थम् इत्युक्ते अहम् आङ्ग्लभाषायामेव एतद् दर्शनं श्रुतं पठितं च बहवः पारिभाषिकशब्दानि सन्ति खलु किञ्चिदिव अन्यत् एतद् लौकिकवाक्यानि वयं किञ्चिदिव ट्रान्स्लेट् कर्तुं शक्नुमः परन्तु पारिभाषिकपदानि कथं वा अहं ट्रान्स्लेट् कृत्वा वदामि इति तत् एकः क्लेशः अपि तु भवन्तः सर्वे जानन्ति मम संस्कृतभाषायां बहु निरर्गलता अपि तु साधुत्वं नास्ति अतः कथं वा करोमि भवन्तः सर्वे MA कृतवन्तः अपि तु उत्तमस्तरे बहु भाषन्ति अपि सो कथं वा अहं करोमि इति अपि तु अत्र श्रोतॄणां बहु वैविध्यम् अस्ति नाम केपि ग्रुप् मध्ये अद्य तु बहवः न आगताः परन्तु ग्रुप् मध्ये तु केचन इस्कान् मध्ये फिलासफी जानन्ति परन्तु संस्कृतं भाषितुं ज्ञातव्या इति जायिन् कृतवन्तः केचन तु मम पुत्रो परन्तु फिलासफी न जानन्ति संस्कृतं किञ्चित् वक्तुं मद्य अपेक्षया अधिकमेव जानन्ति अतः अपि तु भवन्तः सर्वे MA कृतवन्तौ इतः सो बहु वेरैटी अस्ति कथं वा अहं योजयामि तत् सर्वेषां किमपि किञ्चिदपि लाभः भवेत् इति मम आशा अस्ति सो अतः किञ्चित् ड्रामा कृत्वा एव एतत् करणीयं भवति अपि तु एतत् प्रणाली अभूतपूर्वा अस्ति नाम यद्यपि बहवः आचार्याः अस्माकं सन्ति ते संस्कृते बहवः ग्रन्थाः लिखितवन्तौ परन्तु तत् पूर्वमेव नाम 500 years back अपि तु मेबि प्राचीन मेबि 100 years back तावता एव इदानीं तु अस्माकम् आचार्य फौण्डर् आचार्य इस्कान् मध्ये शीलप्रभुपाद अस्ति खलु भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी शीलप्रभुपाद तस्य he received an instruction from his Guru Maharaj to, because until that time this Bhakti movement or Chaitanya movement wasn't only in India. So he received an instruction from his spiritual master to write the books in English language so it can be received by other countries. So that was his main instruction. So our Acharya, even though he knows Sanskrit, he knows Bengali, he knows all the Shastras very well, he took that as the instruction and translated all our literatures into English. Also summarizing all the Acharya's commentaries properly and presenting in the modern audience, presenting to the modern audience. So अतः इदानीं तु एकरीत्या सर्वे इंग्लिश एव पठन्तः सन्ति अतः संस्कृतं ज्ञातुमपि कोऽपि नाम what to say अपेक्षा नास्ति. I'm okay. I know already English. I'm comfortable with the language. And Acharya has given word to word also. Each word padacheda krutva English madhye artha kim bhavati iti api sthapitam. Atah prerana api nasti. Kimartam samskritam pataniya bahu. I have to invest so much effort in that. I'm already busy with my work and other things. And and it's not needed also actually. Because the essence of Bhagavatam we can get in any language, as long as we hear from pure devotees and we can hear from the right acharya, we have the sangha, we can always make progress. So ataha idanim eva kinchit samskrute eka asmakam eka like saha, what to say, our second generation asti saha Hariparshad Dasah iti. So he is a Mahapanditah, like he is a scholar really in the sense of, he knows in and out of all Shastras. From the childhood he studied Sanskrit. So he is leading our whole thing in Sanskrit, little bit encouraging people to study. So now only this is starting up in Sanskrit. So ataha mama uddesha asti एतस्यां प्रणाल्यां किञ्चित् इव तेषामपि प्रेरणा भवेत्. नाम एतत् सङ्घः अस्ति तत्र वयं संस्कृते एव वदामः, वक्ष्यामः, संस्कृते एव चर्चयिष्यामः इति. अतः एतद् बीजः अस्ति, तद् रोड् मैप् अस्ति अग्रे बहु कर्तुम्. अपि तु एतत् सर्वं ज्ञात्वा मम विषये विश्वास कृत्वा भवन्तः सर्वे अग्रे गमिष्यति चेत् अभिनन्दनानि तस्मिन्. अतः सर्वे मिलित्वा किमपि अद्भुतं कुर्मः. यतोहि मम संस्कृते किमपि नाम समासस्य विग्रहवाक्यं कथं वदामि इति न जानामि चेत् सर्वे मिलित्वा कुर्मः. भवन्तः सर्वे संस्कृते एकस्तरे एव अस्मः इति कारणेन. अतः अपि तु किमर्थम् अग्रे गन्तव्या इत्युक्ते एतद् मम एक श्लोकं रचितवती. न मे विमलभक्तिश्च पण्डितत्वं सुवान्यपि गुरुगौरप्रमोदाय प्रयते सुदृढेन हि. भावार्थः कोऽपि पठितुं शक्नोति वा? मारति वा नरसिंह? भावार्थः म्यूट् कृत्वा नरसिंह वदतु.
न मम शुद्धभक्तिः पाण्डित्यं दोषरहितसंस्कृतवाणी अपि च, परन्तु गुरूणां गौरस्य श्रीकृष्णस्य प्रमोदार्थं निश्चयेन सुष्ठु प्रयत्नं करोमि.
Okay, hopefully together I'll drop this im and go to possible. Okay, so apitu Bhagavad Gitaayam Sri Krishnasya kripa etad praptum Sri Krishna vadati. Bhavanta Marati Narsimha Pratamasya Bhavan Patatu.
Shri Krishnasya kripa. यैदं परमं गुह्यं मद्भक्तेष्वभिधास्यति, भक्तिं मयि परां कृत्वा मामे वैष्यत्य संशयः.
मारुति भवान् अपि अग्रिमं पदं पठतु.
तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता न स मे तस्मादन्यः प्रियतरो भुवि.
ततः श्रीकृष्णस्य कृपा पात्रं भवामि इति अपि तु श्रीचैतन्यस्य आज्ञा अपि अस्ति भारतभूमिते हैल मनुष्य जन्म यार जन्म सार्थकरी कर पर उपकार. So श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य वदति प्रथमं स्वीकृत्य एतत् like स्वस्य जीवनं सार्थकं कृत्वा अन्येषाम् अपि दास्यतु इति तस्य आज्ञा अस्ति. अहम् एतत् जर्नी मध्ये अस्मि न सार्थकत्व जर्नी मध्ये, परन्तु कियती अहं ज्ञानं प्राप्तवती, अहं प्रगति प्राप्तवती तत् शेर् कर्तुं बहु उत्सुका अस्मि. अतः अग्रे गच्छामि. अद्य ओके, इदानीं वयं एतद् विषयस्य अपि किञ्चित् परिचयं कुर्मः अनुबन्धचतुष्टयम् उक्त्वा. सो आदौ अनुबन्धचतुष्टयम् इति वयं चर्चितवन्तः. शीर्ष भगिनी भवती वक्तुम् एतत् पठितुं शक्नोति वा?
विषयश्चाधिकारी च सम्बन्धश्च प्रयोजनं ग्रन्थादौ च प्रदातव्यम् अनुबन्धचतुष्टयम्.
सामान्यतया एतत् ग्रन्थ आदौ अनुबन्धचतुष्टयं वक्तव्यं भवति, यतोहि तेन अध्ययनप्रवृत्ति भवति इति श्रोतॄणाम् इति. परन्तु एतत् प्रणाल्यामपि एतत् योजयितुं शक्नुमः. नाम so that we know fully what it is, who is eligible for the series and everything. So we will cover each of them and we'll try to discuss what they are. Okay, vishaya nama topic. What is the topic? So kim pratipadayati, nama grantham kim pratipadayati, atra tu e pranali kim pratipadayati, tasmin vishaye mama ruchi asti va na va iti चिन्तयितुं शक्नुमः. अपि तु एलिजिबिलिटी भवति, अधिकारी भवति, अध्ययनार्थम् अर्हता का, कोऽपि आगन्तुं शक्नोति वा, किमपि एलिजिबिलिटी अस्ति वा इति मम, अतः अहमपि चिन्तयितुं शक्नोमि मम अर्हता अस्ति वा न वा इति. अपि तु प्रयोजनं श्रोतॄणाम् अपि तु वक्तुश्च लाभः कः, एतत् प्रणाली अटेण्ड् कृत्वा मम अहं किं प्राप्नोमि इति. अपि तु तयोः मध्ये, तेषां मध्ये सम्बन्धाः का, विषय प्रयोजन अधिकारिषु, नाम टॉपिक एलिजिबिलिटी रिजल्ट, बिट्वीन् ऑल ऑफ दिस व्हाट इज द रिलेशनशिप. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड, दिस ऑल टुगेदर इज कॉल्ड अनुबंध चतुष्टयम्. अनुबंध अनुसृत्य बध्यते ग्रन्थम् इति, ग्रन्थः इति अनुबन्धः. चत्वारः अंशाः इति कारणेन चतुष्टयम् इति समाहारद्वन्द्वः अनुबन्ध चतुष्टयम्. That's the name of this thing. So the four aspects of Anubandha Chatuштayam are topic, eligibility, result and relationships. Okay. So now we will test this. Sorry, Narsima.
Pranali nama kim?
Pranali nama series or the course. Okay. Okay. Next one. Now we'll go into each of them in depth. Atra vishayakah. आदौ तु विषय तु गौडीयदर्शनस्य विहङ्गवीक्षणं, नाम बर्ड्स् ऐ व्यू इति इंग्लिश मध्ये वदति. सो बर्ड्स् ऐ व्यू करोमि चेत् अत्र एतत् तु अस्माकं मन्दिरम् अस्ति मायापुर मध्ये, बृहत् मन्दिरं. now still we are building, in 2 years it will be complete. So उपरिस्तात् वयं पश्यामश्चेत् सर्वे लघु लघु एव, परन्तु किञ्चित् तेषां मध्ये सम्बन्धः का इति किञ्चित् ज्ञातुं शक्नुमः. नाम बिल्डिंग कुत्र अस्ति, अन्य नदी कुत्र अस्ति इति. तत्र एवं रीत्या एव तत् बर्ड् यदा उपरितः नाम भूतलं पश्यति चेत् कथं ज्ञानं प्राप्नोति इति. तद्वत् वयम् उपरितः वयं ओवर्व्यू कुर्मः गौडीयदर्शनस्य, तद् भवति विहङ्गवीक्षणम् इति. अवगतं वा नरसिंहमूर्ति? ओके. अपि तु अहम् एकं लिस्ट् कोष्ठं दत्तवती नाम के अंशाः वयं चर्चयिष्यामः इति अग्रे गत्वा अहम् एतदपि श्रुतवती नाम अस्माकम् आचार्यः एकः भक्तिविनोद ठाकुर इति दशमूलतत्त्वानि इति एकं ग्रन्थं लिखितं तेन लिखितं तत्र श्लोकरूपेण सः स्थापितं एतद् तेन स्थापितं 10 अंशानि 10 तत्त्वानि इति एतद् श्लोकः एषः श्लोकः आम्नायः प्राहतत्वं see 10 of them are color coded. The first one is in one color and the next one is in the other color. Okay, so that way you can do, and agre we'll do the anvaya, we'll know each of them in detail. आम्नायः प्राहतत्वं हरिम् इह परमं सर्वशक्तिं रसाब्धिं तद्भिन्नां सांश्च जीवान् प्रकृति कवलितान् तद्विमुक्तांश्च भावात् भेदाभेद प्रकाशं सकलम् अपि हरेः साधनं शुद्धभक्तिं साध्यं तत्प्रीतम् एवेत्युपदशति जनान् गौरचन्द्रो स्वयं सः सो अग्रे अन्वयं कुर्मः अन्वयः भवति सः गौरचन्द्रः स्वयं जनान् उपदिशति किम् उपदिशति इत्युक्ते आम्नायः तत्त्वं प्राह Vedic statements are authoritative, or rather that Shabda Brahma is our main source of proof among all the Pramanani. Shabda Brahma is what we take as a main proof. Agre ihaha hari paramaha. Sri Krishna is the absolute, supreme, absolute truth. Sarva Shaktihi. Krishna is endowed with all his energies. Sarva Shakti Man. Rasabdihi. He is the ocean of rasa. So, अस्मिन् सन्दर्भे एकः गोवर्धनलीलायाः सन्दर्भं भवति अत्र यदा सः गोवर्धनम् उन्नयति तदा 7 दिन 7 रात्रिपर्यन्तं सर्वे जनाः एकत्र एव रसस्य आदानं प्रदानं कृतवन्तः तदा one time एकदा एव नॉर्मली तु भिन्नस्थलाः सन्ति नाम वात्सल्यस्य अन्यत् गृहमेव अपि तु with the friends they play different places, with the girls they play different places. They usually rasas are not mixed together, rasa basa bhavati iti, parantu atra tu 7 days 7 nights there are simultaneous exchange of all the rasas at same place. So that's what we can see. It's an example that Krishna is Akhila Rasamrita Murtihi. That with him, whatever mood we have, we can reciprocate with him. We can consider Krishna as our child, or we can consider him as our friend, or we can consider him as our lover, or we can consider him as our master, and we can be his servant. So that's why he is the Akhila Rasamrita Murtihi, Rasabdihi. Apitu agire jivasya krute, jivanam krute, तद् भिन्नांसाः जीवाः च जीवाः अपि तस्य एव अंशाः परन्तु भिन्नांसाः इति वेरैटी भवति तदपि अग्रे वयं बहु चर्चयिष्यामः नाम कथं भिन्नाः भवन्ति नाम अवताराः भवन्ति खलु नाम नारायण राम अपि तु वामन एते सर्वे अपि तस्य एव अवताराः अपि तु जीवाः अपि तस्य एव परन्तु व्यत्यासः किम् एतत् सर्वं वयं जानीमः अग्रे Apitu, next one is because of the influence of Prakriti, jivas are bound. Prakriti kavalitaha jivaha. So Prakrutehe prabhavena jivaha janma mrityoha chakre patitavantaha. Nityabaddahascha. Nama anadi kalataha vayam upari adaha brahmantaha santi. So tadeva asmakam nityabaddaha vayam. So katam va vayam, how do we get out of this whole thing, right? So that's why there is a process and there is a way to do it. So that's the next step. Bhavat. Yadi vayam Krishnasya sambandhena with Krishnena saha bhavam apitu prema. These are all different stages of bhakti. We will discuss all of these. We come to that stage of exchanging that relationship with him in bhava and prema. That's when we can vimuktaha bhavamaha, bhavishyamaha. Okay, next one is Hareha Sakalam api Bheda Bheda Prakasham. The Jivas and the material world, all of them are simultaneously identical and different from him. That's the main, contribution of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He introduced Achintya Bheda 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 Tattva. Bheda Abheda Tattva. Next one is Sadhanam Kim. Sadhanam Kim. Okay, now we know how we are bound. We know how we want to get liberated. But what is the means for that? For that means is Shuddha Bhakti. Shuddha Bhakti eva sadhanam. Sadhyah kaha? Sadhya tasya prema eva. Prema. Tat pritihi eva sadhya. Pure love for Krishna is our goal. That's it. Actually, I laid out all this as different elements. I thought, it'll be a surprise. People will be waiting. Okay, what is the goal? I want to know. But looks like everything is revealed in the first session itself. Okay. So now what I'll do is I did a mapping of, this, the things I laid out in the invitation versus what we discussed as a Dashamula Tattvani by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, how they map together. Actually, because, I came up with this, or rather, I came across the Dashamula Tattvani after I made this list with my husband. So then I was amazed how they are tied together. So I wanted to show that to all of you so that, everything is consistent. And also in our darshane, asmakam darshane, acharyena, yada advaita apitu, vishishta advaita apitu, dvaitasya chacha krutavantah, saha pramanani stapitam, paschat prameya stapitam, iti kramena uktam. Atah अस्मिन् सिद्धान्ते अपि तथा एव करोमि इति चिन्तितवती. अतः अंशत्रयम् अस्ति अत्र. प्रमाणानि कानि, प्रमेयाः के, अपि तु इति. सो अत्र प्रमाणानि अथॉरिटी भवति, आम्नाय इति उक्तं, परन्तु अस्माकं अनुमान अपि तु किमपि प्रत्यक्षमपि स्वीकृतम्. अग्रे तदपि चर्चयिष्यामः. द्वैतवत्. Okay, then prameyaha ete sarve bhavanti. Atra bhagavad tattva nama first three. Etat sarvam bhagavatah sambandita asti. Jiva tattva iti etat sarvam. How they get bound, how they get liberated, and what they are, who they are actually. And then other one is achintya bheda bheda tattvam. That's the same thing. And then means is nothing but sadhanam shuddha bhakti. Apitu, I mentioned karma, bandhana, vimukti and yuga dharma as separate entities, but actually they are all part of the means. And also we don't focus much on the vimukti actually, because that comes as a byproduct. Our main goal is to get prema for Krishna, and this byproduct is karma, bandha, vimukti. Okay, so that's the idea. And then parama pumartaha, ultimate goal of life, is pure love for Krishna. So that's the Anubandha Chatushtayam. Abhi to next section we'll go. Any questions so far before we move to Adhikari? Avagatam va Malati Nasima? Prathamavaram te api etad patitam ataha te avagachanti chet sarve avagachanti iti manye. Adhikari kaha nama asmin pranalyam adhikari kaha iti. So who is eligible for this series? Okay. So one thing is they're curious. There is no other qualification. They're just curious. They want to know some questions. They want to learn something new. Other thing is open-minded. Udhara manaskaha. Yatohi, based on our conditioning and our experience, we would have come across so many other siddhantas and we have some inclination towards different things. But here we are just presenting something. So if you're open-minded to hear what it is, later you can decide whether it's for you or not. You can make the decision. At least our idea is to share the knowledge. So just be open-minded and hear this. And other thing also our Acharya mentions, when we are studying one darshana, just look at that darshana holistically. Don't compare with other thing or mix other elements into this. So see whether this is holistically consistent or no. That's another thing which will help us. Other thing is Shraddha Yuktaha, faithful. Shraddha nama Shastra Artha Vishwasaha. So Asmin, like we are going to present everything with the references from Shastra. So if somebody is questioning Shastra itself, why I should hear from Bhagavatam, why I should, or why, or if they are saying, how will I believe Vedas are Aporishaya? If they have those questions, then it's very difficult. They cannot make progress here. Then there is no basis for understanding or explanation. Okay, next one is little bit, because we are presenting everything Devanagari. If they know Devanagari, they can follow through the slides and read like that. Okay, these are the only criteria I feel needed. Next one is, what's the goal? Rather, what do they get? Shotrunam kim kaha labah apitu mama vaktuscha kaha labah iti kinchit charchayishyamah. Shotrunam tu Gauḍīya-darśanasya vihanga vikshanam. अपि तु तेषां स्थिति का अस्ति तद् based on that they may progress, they may get abhiruchi in bhakti marga, they may get abhiruchi in this darshana, or even Bhagavatam. We are going to take one session, at least half of the session, glorifying Bhagavatam, what's the importance, and why we should study, and what is so special gift Bhagavatam is going to offer. So hopefully they may get some inspiration to continue their own individual study of Bhagavatam beyond this series. Next one is Bhakti Unmukha Sukruti. Even if they don't do anything beyond this series, let's say somebody joins this one session, because asmin or rather asyam kakshayam apitu agre api aham krishnasya sambandham vina kimapi na avadami. अतः किमपि एकं वा एकशब्दं वा शृणोति चेत् किञ्चित् भक्त्यां सुकृति प्राप्नोति. यतोहि महारथी नरसिंह वदतु, मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कोऽपि, नरसिंह वदतु श्लोक.
मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चित् यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन् मां वेत्ति तत्त्वतः.
मारुति भवान् वदतु.
बहूनां जन्मनाम् अन्ते ज्ञानमात्मा प्रविद्यते वासुदेवः सर्वमिति सहमात्मा सुदुर्लभः.
सो एवं भगवद्गीतायां कृष्ण एव उक्तवान्, नाम बहु जन्म, like we have to take many lives actually, to come to a stage where we say, okay, yes, Krishna is only thing for me, nothing else for me. To come to that final stage of in one life where we say, yes, that's it, I'm going to devote my life to Krishna. So for that, we need a long journey actually. So any life, we get little bit progress, little bit association with the Vaishnava who, and here something we get developed that vasana, inclinations, good inclination, and with that we get sukruti. So later in next life, we'll keep going ahead and ahead, little bit. So hopefully in some life we can do the final goal of getting love for Krishna and going back to him. अपितु युगधर्मस्य पालनं. युगधर्मः अपि इदानीमेव वदामि. हरेर् संकीर्तनम् इति युगधर्मः, नाम सम्यक् कीर्तनम् इति संकीर्तनम्. अपितु बहुभिर्मिलित्वा कीर्तनं, हरे कीर्तनम् इति संकीर्तनम्. So अत्र तु बहुभिः नाम 3 or more, right, plural. So मम गृहे एव 3 सन्ति, नाम अपि तु सर्वे मिलित्वा युगधर्मस्य पालनमेव भवति. अतः we are really doing the right thing. वक्तुः मम किं प्रयोजनम् इत्युक्ते अहमपि भक्त्यां किञ्चित् प्रगति करोमि. अपि तु श्रीकृष्णस्य गुरुपरम्परया कृपा प्राप्ता भविष्यामि. एतद् उक्तवती पूर्वमेव. भक्त्यामपि प्रगति करोमि इति आशा अस्ति. अस्माकं सर्वेषां युगधर्मस्य पालनं, नाम एतद् सेशन् कृते बालकौ अपि बहु हेल्प्, पृष्ठभूम्यां हेल्प् कृतवन्तौ. मम पतिः अपि किमपि करोति. अतः गृहे सर्वदा एतदेव, फ्रैडे कक्षा अस्ति, किं करणीयम् इत्येव भवति. अतः फोकस् भवति. अपि तु युष्माकं सत्सङ्गति. सो वयं सर्वे नाम MA तत् सन्दर्भे मिलितवन्तः. इदानीम् अन्यत् सन्दर्भम् अस्ति, परन्तु तदेव सङ्गतिः. सो मिलित्वा वयं कृष्णस्य विषये चर्चयिष्यामः, रुचिं प्राप्नुमः इति आशा. अपि तु अग्रिमविषय अंशः अस्ति सम्बन्धाः. एतत् सरलमेव नाम पज़ल् कथं भवति खलु कृष्णस्य पज़ल् कथं भवति इति सो ज्ञातृग्रेय सम्बन्धः नाम अधिकारी विषयं जानाति प्रयोजकभावसम्बन्धः अधिकारी प्रयोजनं प्राप्नोति प्रतिपाद्य प्रतिपादकभावसम्बन्धः विषय विहङ्गवीक्षणं प्रयोजनं प्रददाति नाम विहङ्गवीक्षणं भक्तेः भागवते च अभिरुचि उत्पादयति एतत् सर्वम् अन्वेतुं शक्नुमः अपि तु किञ्चित् एव प्राक्टिकल् मैटर्स् किमपि प्रष्टव्यम् अस्ति वा इदानीं मारुति नरसिंह नो ओके प्रणाली सम्बन्धित केचन practical matters so I was thinking the format will be 1 plus half hour so 1 hour I will be presenting some content and half an hour we can leave for any extra discussion or questions or anything and then yeah always in the middle also if you have any questions or clarification especially people who don't know Sanskrit if you are there joining they can always ask clarifying questions of meanings or something like that but anyway because I am also not so fluent in Sanskrit I will end up talking a little bit in English here and there maybe most of it I don't know then ekam tu what nishchitam nama ninda na kriyate atra kasyapi kasya darshanasyapi na vyakteः अपि निन्दा न क्रियते केवलं मण्डनमेव क्रियते खण्डनं न क्रियते okay तदेव then next one is श्रोतॄणां वैविध्यम् अस्ति अतः English किमपि or like this I have to paraphrase into English little bit so that you know many at least recordings other people may access and gain some benefit so you know if you are expecting that everything should be in Sanskrit like that then you know please kindly excuse me and you know be tolerant and you know help me here next one is yeah because it's Vihanga Vikshanam we will not have like student presentations or anything like that but I will try to engage like folks like this you know reading some shloka here and there like this so that we can make it interactive but student presentations like this will not be there in this session because I am expecting this session to be like until you know oh, that comes later until September 16 like that September 26th I think so almost 17 sessions so we'll finish the overview and later if people are interested then we can pick one shastra and read with the commentaries of the acharyas that's where we can do many things how we did in MA with the acharya how we did like that we can do there अभी तो exam किमपि नास्ति you know किमपि नास्ति so if you are really interested then you can put your effort to learn that's how it is so it's like usually sometimes you know exams are motivation for us to study so for some people especially I was like that many times that's why I did all these courses Bhakti Shastri you know I wanted to somehow engage myself busy keep myself busy that okay let me do this course you know then somehow or the other I will study so like that I did but so now that inspiration is not there the carrot is not there Sirisha says right the carrot is not there but somehow you know if we on your own if you are inspired please you know attend and you know benefit us यथाशक्ति अहं शास्त्रप्रमाणं वदामि नाम तदेव अस्माकं you know मार्गदर्शी अस्ति इति कारणेन चित्रमुद्रणं क्रियते now recording we will make it so in case somebody has objection of the recording you know that no like that so you know please be aware of this we will place it on the my YouTube channel as well as we'll share it with broader audience so many people later will be listening also because we are doing something very innovative and which we have not done so far so I'm praying that we can serve many people okay as I mentioned we have set to end by September 26th so within that we will see it's all up to you how much deep you guys will ask questions and go based on that we'll dynamically change the contents okay so that's the thing we covered so far we covered parichaya of everyone and the of the topic and myself also and we covered the parichaya of the whole Vihanga Vikshanam of the pranali also Anubandha Chatushtayam Uktva Tavadeva iti manye. Any questions or suggestions or comments we can take now? Anybody who were not speaking, because I'm not seeing them because they were not on the video. So anybody please speak up anything you have, or not about me, but about, generally, like any thoughts you have, please share. You have some time. Sirisha Bhagini kimapi vaktum ichchati va?
Subharambha Bhagini. I am Subharambha, Swalparambha. So it's all good.
Okay.
एकः एव मम समस्या अस्ति इदानीं अस्माकं कालप्रमाणेन इदानीमेव 10:00 अभवत् किञ्चित् विलम्बेन जातम् इति मन्ये अहं क्लास् कियत् पर्यन्तम् अहं स्थातुं शक्नोमि इति न जानामि परन्तु यथाशक्ति स्थातुमेव प्रयत्नं करिष्यामि.
Okay. Yeah. I was also thinking, because our sessions were at 6:30, no. But the problem is, like, asmakam balakau, like they have to do some. Okay.
मम एव केवलं मम एव समस्या अस्ति. अञ्जलि भगिनी वा वैजी भगिनी वा कैलिफोर्निया राज्ये सन्ति खलु, तेषां कृते अधिकतरः समस्या न इति मन्ये अहं. केवलं डिस्क्लेमर् इव.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. So what is this? Vaiji Bhagini, Anjali Bhagini kimapi vaktum ichchati va?
Yeah, excellent introduction, Śyāmalā Bhagini. Very, very interested to see what you're going to offer.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very nice.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Anjali
Same here,
Bhagini.
Bhagini. Same here, Bhagini. I want to understand more about this darshana, this Vedanta for sure. Thank you.
Okay, very nice. Thank you for joining live and making it lively. I was thinking at least one person should be there other than my sons, but somehow 3-4 people showed up. So thank you so much. So I think we will not waste time. So Alparambaha Shayaskaram iti matva vayam samapayamaha. Ante Mangalam api. Sirisha Bhagini vadatu.
नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रे.
एतस्य सन्दर्भं भवति क्वीन् कुन्ती अस्ति खलु, नाम पाण्डवानां माता. सा भवती जानाति वा सन्दर्भं, शिरीषा भगिनी?
न जानामि.
Okay.
भवती एव वदन्तु.
So she speaks when she sees Krishna, and she is like an aunt, like what to say, I don't know what you say in Sanskrit, aunt, but she's like, father, sister, Vasudeva's sister, Kunti. So when she sees Krishna, she knows Krishna as God, right? A supreme personality of Godhead. She wants to pray, offer prayers, but because he is younger to her, right? So it's a little bit awkward also. And usually when we offer prayers to God, we should start with his feet. That's how generally the pattern is. So, but she see, like, if I, in front of Krishna, if I start with the feet, he will feel embarrassed, he's younger to me. So what should I do? So she describes in a circular way, actually. So, Nama Pankaja Nabhaya. So, as Tasya Nabaha Pankajamiva, Pankaja Maline, Pankaja garland, Dhutavan, Apitu Pankaja Netraya, Tasya Netrani, Netre, Pankajamiva, Pankajanama Kamalamiva, Apitu Pankajangriye. His feet are like lotus feet, soft feet. So that, like that, she goes in a full circle. So she starts with the Nabi, goes to the eyes, then garland, and she comes to the feet. So in a circle, we don't know which is first, which is end, right? So that's how she fulfills her desire, and she fulfills the, glorification of Krishna. In a way, Krishna doesn't get embarrassed. So with that, I think, we can end with this sweet thoughts of Krishna. Okay. Dhanyavadaha.